I just spent well over half an hour trying to get my game to start. Guys, I love mods, especially in Minecraft. And what I love even more than mods themselves is debugging them when there's an issue. And that last little bit, my fellow autists, that I just said, that is what we call sarcasm. I could redo that and make it sound better, but I'm not going to. Anyway, what's up guys, it's your boy Fiskitti, welcome back. What's up guys, it's your boy Fiskitti, and welcome back to another video here on the internet. So, last episode, we kinda started getting this little path planned out, and I talked a lot about some trees and some plans and ideas I had going on with that in my head for some future builds. Unfortunately, that's not going to be happening anytime particularly soon, but right now, I'm really kind of wanting to focus on the paths and getting some... I'm recording, right? Yeah, I'm recording. Okay, cool. I'm really wanting to focus on getting these kind of paths fixed up and figured out, and getting some of these buildings laid out. So I think probably I'm gonna, for the time lapse this episode, gonna do some stuff kind of over here in this area with this building. Right now, I think for the buildings, not going to focus too much on them, just kind of consider how they might blend in with the roads, or how they might like transition into the roads. But for the most part, I think probably we're going to be focusing on the roads right around here. So I have some ideas as to kind of how I want to work with these. So in there's way more that goes into these kind of historic Roman paths and stuff. These Roman walkways, they have a specific name that I can't recall off the top of my head, but you know, they have these, like, a lot of the times in cities they'll have these little channels along the side to kind of collect water from the rain, and also I think waste. A little bit gross, but you know, it's how it worked. It's how it worked. Also, for the Romans, I don't think it was the Etruscans, but there was another like area of people kind of around that area historically near Rome, or somewhere within the Roman Empire, that did that. I'm rambling. Anyway, point is, I'm considering doing something sort of like that. Like, I see, you know, people do these kind of like paths along the side to resemble these channels on the side of the road, and then kind of transition into the sidewalk. My only real concern with that would be is these paths are very kind of organic. They're not very straight, and especially for the very diagonal ones like these, trying to resemble a channel along the side with like stairs would be very difficult. And so I'm considering other ways we might be able to do that. Maybe like just some slabs or something. But my idea is that, you know, we have the main road itself, and then we go into these kind of little channel ways that are meant to collect water, and then it kind of starts to transition into some of the more greenery, and we can have like some of these paths, these path blocks and stuff, and we can have moss and other like kind of green blocks to give off this kind of lived in, very kind of aesthetic, natural vibe. So yeah, that's the plan right now. I'm not quite sure how much of that we're gonna get done today. But we'll probably do that, and then I don't know if I'll actually start working on the lanterns themselves, but I would like to kind of map out where some lanterns will go. I may also just do like 4 fences stacked on top of each other, and then do a lantern dangling off the side, and then we can make them look better later. But for now, I'll probably just kind of map out where they go, doing that. So yeah, it is well past my bedtime, and I am already going off of 0 coffee today. I've felt like sleeping the entire day and have been struggling to stay awake, so that's lovely. I didn't realize how dependent I've become on coffee in a very short amount of time, frankly. Which, by the way, as for the builds, I'm considering also doing a little bit with these. We'll see, but we do need to get these pools of water out of the way soon. But yeah, something I've realized recently about, you know, the YouTube channel and stuff is for pretty much the first time in my life, there's not really much holding me back in the realm of YouTube in particular, other than myself. Like, I'm not getting up, I'm not waking up every day and staring at the slanted ceiling like 5 feet away from my face on one side and 2 feet away from my face on the other, and going, I don't want to wake up today. I don't think I want to be here. So I've kind of, the thing is though, like, I just need to make myself actually do stuff, you know? Like, I know what I need to do, and now I just gotta actually, I forgot I don't have an elytron. Now I just gotta, like, actually go do it, you know? And that is, like, make these videos and stuff and just continue on with this. I have this, like, kind of, this is gonna be another far too long video again, isn't it? Oh well. I have this kind of, like, checklist in my mind of, like, my priorities, and it's school and work, hopefully, soon. And then after that, it's YouTube. Blah, son of a gun. After that, it's YouTube, art, and my faith. So, like, I've been looking a lot more into, like, theology and stuff. I've realized, like, I'm not fighting against the clock quite like I used to be. I still don't have an elytron. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm really, like, not fighting against the clock like I used to be, or against, like, depression or anything. And so it's really just, like, you just gotta be like, hey man, hey buddy, hey Elijah, sit down and freaking play the game. Pretty simple, right? Right? But yeah, so I've been kind of starting to realize how much time in my life at the moment is on my side in regards to, like, making these videos and stuff, and being creative in general, which has not been true for most of high school and the majority of my life. But anyway, I'm gonna work a little bit on this path and some of these stuff around here. So yeah, on with the time lapse. My infamous shwee! My voice didn't crack. Whoa. sheepy. It's a sheepy. I still haven't found Teddy, the pink sheep. Welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed the time lapse. I'm really enjoying this method of doing like larger outlines for the project, because as you can see, we're getting way more done. I did not anticipate getting this much done in this time lapse. Honestly, I did it over the course of a couple days, so I'm not really sure how much I got done. I'm definitely not doing too great about keeping up with doing this weekly, but we're getting it done. We're making progress. We're getting stuff done. So I went ahead and worked on the paths and even added a little bit of detail. A lot of this will probably... I'm not exactly sure. I'm not in love with this path. I'll just put it that way. There's a lot that I think could be done to improve it, but on the whole, I think it looks pretty good. And then we have these kind of... Is rafters the right word? I don't think rafters is the right word. But we have these, whatever these stone slabs kind of represent, we have on the sides of the road. And then we have this building outline up here. And, oh my... And if you'll notice, I actually filled up this patch. So that's nice. That's a little patch of water we don't have to worry about. And we have... Let's see, I'll go ahead and... My elytra isn't on. Almost just wasted a rocket. What the hell was that? Yeah, so... We have this path branching off into these two different areas. I should try and... get on a tree or something. Okay, this is pretty good. This is much better. Yeah, so... Get kind of an aerial view. This is the... Still don't have a name for it, but this is the kind of... these kind of lava lake... This kind of lava lake gate into the main part of the city, which we've yet to start yet. Then we have these kind of paths. I want to have these kind of like main roads. Prelmarian, I think is what I'm going with. I just know that, bleh, son of a gun. Prelm is the city that this historic empire is named after, sort of like Rome. But I'm not sure if it's gonna be the Prelmian Empire, Prelmare Empire, Prelmarian Empire. For now, we're gonna go with Prelmarian. But so that's kind of what these paths are theoretically modeled after. Something sort of like it are these kind of Romanesque roads that are a little bit darker, made of a little bit of a darker stone. Probably some of which is like actual basalt in more kind of expensive areas. Probably not here, or at least not a whole lot of it. But yeah, so we have these kind of main paths, and that'll continue over there. We'll kind of continue with that. Try not to jerk this around too much. And then we'll have this path, these kind of back ways, kind of like back roads between the main paths, and kind of have those as like semi-alleyways, like not like an actual alleyway, but like an alleyway road kind of thing. And then, yeah, so that's kind of my plan for the roads at the moment. And yeah, I went ahead and built this up, and then this. Oh, yeah. So I have some ideas. Hey! Was aggressive. Oh. Got him. I forgot to change my language back to Japanese. Yeah, I almost forgot. While I was recording the time lapse, I accidentally enabled an extra mod when I was fixing the mod pack, and it like added debuffs for ow. It added like debuffs for when you stay up too long, and so I was getting like poisoned and stuff, and I was like, "What the freak is happening? What's attacking me?" But it was just the mod being like, you haven't been in bed recently enough. Go get some sleepy sleep. But the thing is, that was conflicting with other mods, and so I couldn't sleep more than like a very brief moment. But the this extra mod I had enabled wouldn't allow me to skip time, or was supposed to get me to like stay in bed without skipping time, and kind of let the world progress without actually stuff bad. Yeah, I hate these guys with a passion. Oh my gosh, there are so many of them. I need to get my freaking chest plate back. Dino! I said die! That was so fire. That was so that was so giga chat of me. OMG. Yeah, so I'm running a little low on time here, so I'll keep this brief. I may talk about it more in the next episode, but I really want to do some stuff with like very kind of whimsical architecture. So stuff that's significantly less kind of like uniform, and where it's like, huh, I can see how this is supporting itself, but also why? And like, again, I'll talk about it more probably in the next episode, because we'll probably start a little more on that. But, you know, I want to get some whimsical architecture, have stuff kind of branching off and out of the buildings in very kind of strange and interesting ways, instead of just having these kind of like bland, boring square boxes, you know? And probably, like, somewhere, let me, I'll just sit on the iron farm for now. Yeah, so this, I'm trying to, I'm not really sure exactly how I want to do all this, because, like, I want stuff to be big and whimsical, and also, like, if the typical stuff is the size of this, or even the size of these, it's like, how much bigger does the main part of the city have to be? And, you know, what kind of goes into that? Because I also want the architecture to feel, like, older, and maybe feel like it's been built off of and repaired a lot, but it's still very much so the same architecture from several hundred, maybe even 1,000 or 2,000 years ago. But probably not more than 2 millennia. Or not up to that much. Anyway, regardless. Square, like the main part of the city, very, very old. And the rest of it, I want to feel, you know, still like medieval, whimsical, kind of old, but definitely significantly newer. And also that, of course, again, brings into question the size of the architecture and what we want to do with that. And also some other questions like, what are we gonna do with this terrain? You know? Are we gonna keep it? Yeah, are we gonna do architecture there? Are we gonna do trees? Yada yada. I definitely, like, definitely, I know I've talked a little bit about, you know, over here, I definitely want to do more like kind of foresty trees, have maybe buildings, more kind of smaller villager huts kind of interspersed throughout. I'm not sure how that'll play into over here, but probably this will have significantly more trees, regardless of the amount of buildings, than kind of throughout here. This will have trees and the giant mushrooms, but not nearly as much kind of foliage and like massive trees and stuff as outside of it. But yeah, like I want that square over there to be bigger than this, but also actually I need to see, because I also wanted to build a castle over this way, kind of on these mountains. So yeah, anyway, there's a lot to think about. Most of that stuff is significantly further off in the future. We may, oh my gleebish, I just son of a gun. I also definitely want to do some stuff with this. I don't know when or how soon, but we'll definitely be doing some stuff with that at some point. I definitely, I think we can actually build more off of these, but I am considering, now that I've looked at these from a further distance, making these bigger. We'll see though, because these are already pretty massive. It's just that when you compare them to that, it's like, oh, these are small. Oh boy. Eh. But yeah, all that stuff's in the works, hopefully. I'm still doing college and work now too, of course. I don't know if I don't remember if this is the same video, but I think it is. Anyway, I actually started working. So yeah, now I'm doing that on top of YouTube and school and art and other things and like normal human adult responsibilities and but yeah, like and subscribe if you want me to not go broke, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, song of the video is Rabbit Heart. Yeah, Rabbit Heart by Florence and the Machine. Great song, love that song. And hope you guys enjoyed. Stay righteous, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hands. Johnny! She is like a giraffe!